I actually thought Ralf Hasenhüttl did an exceptional job there, and but it's all. Everything has its time. Maybe stuff like this, but it's if Southampton showed anything, there was for sure attitude. They were a highly motivated team. They was really going for it and these kind of things. So now, yes, with the manager, there might be an extra few percent. That's possible. Don't know. For us, that's not our problem because we always expect a really motivated opponent. But of course, we have no real clue. I think there's now not a lot of time to change a lot of things. But what we saw, we had also in our analyze meeting, we had it was half Southampton, half Luton, and just to see what he's doing. So now we to show, but because we don't know, we have to focus on ourselves. That's what we do, and that's what we try, and we expect from ourselves a really good game, like a game you can win, and not because your opponent, no, because we have to show up. It's the last game for a long time, and that's why we want to finish on a high.
Thanks. Hey.
Hi.
You said that after the Tottenham game that your team had to fight and that you liked.
Robbo is obviously used. He played now for a long time with Sadio Mane on that wing. Then Luis covered that space pretty much. That's different, very different. And now Darwin is different as well. It's in this game it was together with Thiago and Robbo and Darwin. So yes, we know that Darwin can be a real threat offensively. Yes, actually, and defensively there's for sure space for improvement because it's not natural to him to defend that position. But Thiago and Ower plays there, and Robbo or Costas as well know that, and that's why we have to adapt a little, because we don't want to talk to him all the time about defending, and then all of a sudden he forgets how to attack. So we want to give him the freedom to feel like a striker in the offensive moments, and so yeah, that worked well. But there's still a lot of space for improvement, of course.
There's a break now, obviously, for the World.
Since he came to the club.
Yeah, good, very good, of course. But he was really good before. So not that we can say that he learned everything here. That's not true. He was an outstanding player in Germany in the Bundesliga. So yeah, so other players were a bit unlucky with the World Cup. He was now lucky with it because he came back in time. It's not his first part, not his season so far, obviously, because he was long term out. Directly after preseason, bam, out for a long time, and then again out, stuff like this. So that's not perfect, but for him it worked really well, and he deserves it definitely. France obviously has incredible amount of not only centre halves but centre halves as well, all over the play in top clubs all over the world, and make the cut there is a big one, and he's still a very young man. So yeah, he was very pleased as well. So he was very. I think he needed something to get a smile out of his face. So he's really happy about it, and it's a big achievement, definitely.
Quirine Kelleher had his name in lights.
He will not be at the World Cup, right?
In midweek, maybe next time around.
Yeah.
But obviously, the penalty shootout aspect is something that grabs the headlines. But more than that, he's a fabulous goalkeeper.
He is.
And do you fear?
So we are professionals, and the boys play the game like they play the game. So that's they always play the game. So with full focus, so everything can happen in a football game. That's how it is. But if you go to the World Cup and you think now we made it, and you have a deep breath, and then you get injured in the first game, I'm not sure which is the bigger disappointment. So they have to perform on highest level. You have to focus on the things you do in the moment, and you cannot think about the next possible thing, whatever. And now we obviously, because we changed a lot during the week. We had yesterday already a session. Everybody looked like really buzzing, going for it. And we know this is incredibly important. This is our World Cup, if you want, the Southampton game. That's how it is. We had obviously a tricky first part of the season. Definitely, we spoke enough about it, and we all saw it. But if we can win this game, it would make 22, and it gives us kind of a distance where we can see light. at the end of the tunnel, and that's exactly the mindset all the boys have as well. So I think we don't make a big fuss of it. It's now that I ask every day, how are you, and do you think about the World Cup? We don't talk about the World Cup. This is the situation, and the boys who got nominated, great, and if some others weren't got nominated, that's not cool. But apart from that, it's just our situation here, and that means Southampton.
Any updates right now where he's a young talent and now he's become established?
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. It's not. It's yes, but that we trust him. I think it's obvious that he, in the group, he's like all the other boys. It's like that's really nice to see. But it's really with, Fabio especially, but with all the other kids around, Stefan and Bobby, Calvin. It's we have obviously a lot of young players, and he's now standing in front of them and hold speeches and tell them how was my house about the big games he played or whatever. No, he doesn't have to. He just he has to be mature on the pitch, to be honest, and all the rest is biological, will happen step by step. It's all fine. It was that he took then. Actually, you know that we obviously have the company working together with the penalties, stuff like this, and it was the clear proposal that he will have the fifth one. So it's a sign as well. He's an incredible player and incredible talent, and the direction is the right one. Let me say it like this.
Last one for James before the embargo.
Jurgen, just in terms of the ownership, you said the other night, while this process is ongoing, we need to keep.
No, but it's not about money or whatever. You have to you plan. So it's definitely going on. So clear. And let me say it like this: I'm very positive about the whole thing, because either way it will be fine. And I really have a really close relationship to our owner. So means I always knew what we can do, what we can't do, all these kind of things. It was not when we were discussing. It's not that we always that I ask for something, they say no, and then I stop asking. So it's just before we speak to you, there are plenty of discussions. So now we have to see what we do. It's nothing decided or whatever. What we will do in the winter, or yes or no, these kind of things. We really have to see. We have time until then, obviously, but we follow the market all the time, every day. There's no player in the world who scores a goal and we don't know it. That's how it is. And if somebody makes a save, or we know it, and that's the situation. That's what I said. That's what will go on. So it's that's clear. But all the rest, we cannot. We are not involved, obviously, in these things, and that's okay. We have to focus on football, and that's what we do.
Embargo section, Chris.